Jeff, since he insists on being in here. I'm gonna have prayer, and then we're gonna get started. So, you can bow our heads. Jeff?
Sure.
Thank you.
Dear Father in heaven, Lord, as we consider the issue of discipline, help us to have a excellent class. Help us to keep an open mind, and please send your Holy Spirit to give us guidance as we work to raise and grow young people for you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, first I want to say that this class is sort of like a guinea pig class. There wasn't any material per se, so I really want you guys to give really good feedback. I am very how do I say? I'm very black and white. If something's wrong, I would say, honey, I really don't like your shirt. Doesn't do you good. Color's not good for your face. Though this one is. I'm just saying, that's how bold I am. I just need you to be honest because the conference really wants to give you guys the programs and the classes that work. So if something's not working, you need to say, Jenny, really, that didn't really go well, but maybe if you tried it this way, it would have been better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this class, I'm going to tie it into the next session after dinner tonight. So the next one is theory and technique. So we'll do more role playing in the next class. So this one's more about talking and getting to know each other and the reasons why discipline is good. So first, I want everybody to sound off numbers starting here. We'll go this way, then this way, and so forth. So we'll start with 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
8,
47.
9,
10, 11, 12, 13,
14, 15.
Okay, I want all the even numbers to stand. If you're an even number, I want you to stand.
Oh, even. Thank you. I can remember.
Okay, now I want all the even numbers to come to the front of the room. Bring all your stuff.
Okay.
Oh, here.
Bye, honey.
Okay, all the even numbers come where I am over here. And then all the odd numbers go to the back of the room. Take all your stuff.
Taking us to the back.
Yeah, you can thank Jeff for that. And my fellow BMA classmate
Yes.
that didn't recognize me. I'm
Oh,
moving him.
oh, I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm in trouble.
Even, you may have the front of the class. Get nice and comfy. Okay? Okay. Alright.
You lost your husband.
This is one team, that's another team back there, okay? So you need a scribe, so pick amongst yourselves a scribe. Alrighty. Good life volunteers. Here's one. Got a scribe?
She is.
Okay. And I got markers. Pens, markers. Somebody want to write markers? Go. We're going to tape it up here, so. You want to do markers? Pens? I love colors. I should have been a kindergarten teacher. You want a marker?
Red.
That says a lot about you, you know. Okay, what I want you to do is, in your team, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and I want you to tell me everything that comes to mind when you hear the letter D. The letter D. Everything that comes to your mind. The letter D. So just amongst yourself, letter D, 5 minutes, go.
Dagwood Bumstead.
I'm not a good speaker.
Here. Let me have a pen. I don't have a pen.
Dinosaur.
I know, but
Dig.
Dallas.
Deer.
dollar. Let's see.
Deer.
Go deeper.
David.
Deer as the animal, or
Yeah,
deer
deer
as,
as in
and then
the
deer
animal.
as someone to you.
Animal.
Done.
Done.
Dunner. Donner.
Yeah, Donna too.
Donner. Dunce. Dense.
The
Ditch. Dim-witted.
Donkey.
Oh, Dairy Queen.
Dits and donkeys go together with everything.
Okay.
Okay, if you have more than 10, if you have more than 10 words now,
More than 10.
if you have more than 10 words, okay? Now, the next list I want you to do, take in each one of you, think of a word that describes you that starts with a D.
Okay, Lucy, we get to start with you.
Oh, you have to create it? It's not to choose from this list?
Does it choose from this list or?
It has to describe you.
So what's the word with the D?
You can make it up, just
Okay.
something within your group zone.
I will start with dominant.
Daring. Daring.
I don't know.
Something about
Ruth.
you
Doubter.
starts with a D. Let them know.
Diligent. I already got one.
How do you spell your name? E-I-V.
Yeah, that's good. That says a lot about you.
And
Dynamite.
your first name? Thank you.
Dynamite Deborah.
It's not easy, is it?
Deliberate.
Deliberate.
You have one more. K-E-Y.
K-E-Y. K-E-Y.
I'm Shanika.
What's next?
Lucy. Lucy, what's yours?
Spell your name?
I
Oh,
don't know.
absolutely.
Lucy.
No, I don't have one.
Oh, Lucy. You've had all this time.
I can't think of one.
Help her. Those of you that know her, how would you describe her in one word by with the letter D?
You said one.
Tell me there, you already put it.
Be nice with the word.
No, you called yourself. Yes.
Dominator.
Dominator.
Okay,
General
when you're done with that list, the third list would be describe your club with a letter D. Your children.
Okay, so what clubs do we have here? Beltsville?
CPC.
CPC?
It has to be clean.
And Phil Cap. Okay.
I like ours is diligent.
You're not supposed to put name.
Did we already put diligent there?
No, let's go last.
I was like,
Come on.
Diligent.
Disorganized.
disorganized. He's like,
And be
"This is
honest, because
serious."
that's why we're here. Even though
Okay, all right.
Disciples.
That's a cop out. CPC.
Disrespectful.
Bellsville, okay.
I like dominant.
Dominant, because we're.
Just go talk to our PVE teams, our drill teams.
Exactly, we're pretty dominant.
They're dominant. Yeah, they're dominant.
And I'm like, no.
okay, if you're done with your list,
We're dominant.
just sit tight until the next team finishes.
We have a serious number of Titanic kids. I mean, look at our
Are you guys done?
PVE team. Just
Oh, no, they're always.
they're all so tight.
They wouldn't be there.
You good?
As a matter of fact, if Matthew and his brother,
Okay. Alright, now, what are the clubs that we have in the back?
Beltsville, CPC, Tacoma Park, and Phil Cap.
Okay, and what were the words that you found in your characters back there?
Phil Cap said disorganized, Tacoma Park said disciples, CPC said disrespectful, and Beltsville said dominant.
Okay? And characters of each other. What were the characters in these?
Lucy is a dominator. I am just dominant. Nesco is daring. Ruth is a doubter. Evilise is diligent. Deborah is dynamite.
Woo!
Dynamite! Mervin is deliberate. And Kayla is delightful.
Okay, that's really, I like that, okay. I want everybody to remember those words. How about this club, your D's for your clubs?
For CBC, we said destructive, daring, and dominant.
Yes.
Woo! Okay.
Belzebub, they're diligent, and Orange is determined.
Determined. Okay. And how about your characters among each other?
Edgar is diligent. Shanika, mommy, is distinctive. Javelin is dilly-dally. Shauna,
Whoa. I'm sorry. No. She is not allowed to lie in God's presence like this. Dilly dally. This is the woman who says we will be up at this time in the morning, and you can set your clock.
This class is all about honesty, people.
She wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go through her email for Pathfinders.
Okay, so we have someone that is fighting a character flaw here, okay? Put a question mark next to that one, okay? And the next one's?
Shauna is disciplined. Mary is a disciple. Airly's doodling. And I am doubtful.
Doubtful, okay. Now, in thinking of all your characters and how you each describe yourselves in a D, okay? You have all of these different characters in your kids, in your club, right? Now, when you come across your kids, I don't know about you guys, I have had issues with some of my kids sometimes because they're just like me. And I butt heads with them, okay? So, discipline, when you come across that in your club, it becomes hard because you have all these different characters, and discipline, sometimes people take it as in a negative, but I think discipline can be in a positive way, right? Okay, now, I would like if the person that said that they were dominant, who's the dominator?
I'm the dominant.
Okay, you're the dominator. What position do you hold in your club?
For right now, I just do the kitchen.
That's
I'm a
really
kitchen.
important.
She's the general.
She's the general.
General Sloan.
General Sloan.
Okay, and then Jeff, you've always been either a coordinator and or a
Director.
director. Okay, so that would describe him really good, right? Okay. Now, I want everybody to go ahead and close your eyes. You have to close your eyes. You have to open back there. Okay, close your eyes. Now, picture picture your club. And when I say the word, I'm going to give you a word. And when I say that word, I want you to picture the one kid that comes to your mind in your club. Okay? Discipline.
Does that mean lack of or a presence?
Okay,
Has to be a kid.
Yes. You got discipline, okay? Now, you got that kid's face, you see that person in your head, right?
Not really.
Is it a well-disciplined child or is it a bad discipline? Or which kind of discipline are you talking about?
I can tell you, it's bad.
Okay.
Someone that you need to.
Someone that you know when you walk into the room that this is the person that you got to get in line, or everything doesn't go well.
We won't mention any names.
Only one face?
Is he like the pastor?
Let's not forget Hillary.
When people say discipline, or when we have staff meeting, first thing I always say is, listen, we're gonna have kids in here, and they have all different types of characters. And you're gonna have kids that are like angels, they do what you say, when you want it, how you want it, yes ma'am, no ma'am. And then you have that one kid that they don't even listen to their parent brings them into the club, they drop them off because you're the babysitter, okay? But they're there, and you have to deal with them. And what are you gonna do? You have them 2.5 hours, or you have them on a camping trip, you have them on a big camping trip, well let's say a camporee, and they wander off constantly, and they have anger issues, and every time we talk to them, it's a confrontation, okay? There has to be discipline, but it doesn't have to be a bad discipline, okay? Now, when you're dealing with that kid, how would you sit there and get that kid to talk to you?
show them respect.
Okay, we got respect. Jeff, you have a kid that comes to you, he's 6 foot tall, he doesn't want to be there. And he's sucking his teeth, he doesn't look at you, he has bad body language. And you're stuck with this kid all weekend.
Slap on the face.
You never have to touch the child. I've had
You hug
this.
them, that's
I've had this kid 4 or 5 or 6 different times. I mean, you know, I had a kid who his parents were afraid of him, and they had him in Pathfinder so that they could get an escape.
Yeah. We're gonna go through all the don'ts, okay? Do you yell at a child?
No.
At times, yes.
How do you spell yell?
Y-E-L-L.
Make sure you got the spelling right, okay? Do you grab a child?
No.
It don't depend. Both of those situations, honestly, it all depends.
Let's just, we're gonna say,
Generally?
grab it. Yes, sir. You're the best, thank you. Okay, you don't yell, you don't grab. Do you talk about a child, you know, at a meeting?
What type of meeting? During the open?
Wait. Stand up. Jeff, Joel is a child. What? Mama, come over here.
Okay.
Stand there. He's standing there, being, you know, confrontational. If Joel does that one more time, I'm just gonna slap this kid. And I'm not gonna do nothing for We're in the meeting. He's huffing and puffing over there. I'm about to just go whack on him. Is that an appropriate way for a counselor, a staff member, anybody to act in the meeting?
No.
Okay.
I had a situation like that 2 camporees ago. We had a kid that would not listen to Jesus if he came along. Parents were part of the camp. He wouldn't listen to anything. We had a staff meeting and we were discussing certain things, and we were actually saying, putting our frustrations out on this particular kid. And we ended up, well, first of all, we need to pray for us so we can deal with him.
Right.
And can we, you know, set up certain rules and a parameter to guide him?
Right.
Guess what? The parents were in one of the other rooms, listening. They heard the whole conversation, yet what stuck to their mind was the negative, and not the part where we as leaders, nailed down and prayed to help God guide us with this kid. They didn't listen to that, even though they were here.
That's why it's very, when we're talking in this class, we're gonna go through the things that, the verbal part. The action part we'll do at the next class. But that is one thing that I learned a long time ago. You see me like a crazy person, looking in all the rooms, looking underneath the bed. I had a really bad experience with that in New York at a Pathfinder meeting. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. You double check beds, bathrooms, everything. You don't know who can be sitting anywhere. Somebody's laying down, it's a dark room, you open the door, oh, nobody's in there, somebody's laying down underneath the covers. You just don't know. Another thing, so you don't yell, you don't grab.
You don't talk about that.
Okay.
And I'm going to back up to grab. One of the things that we think about a grab is, you know, you're really grabbing onto the kids. But the reality is, kids today, their perception is reality. And even if you take them by the hand or take them by the shoulder, like we've, you know, how many of you done this? Come on over here. Or done this.
No.
Guess what you've just done? You've pinched them.
Could be consulted as assault.
That's right.
Or sexual
Actually, it's battery.
Okay, exactly. So, and you know, but you have to be so careful today. Okay.
Very, very,
So
very,
all those
very
things, you know, even you know, hey, what are you doing? You know, you got to be careful. So.
Another thing that you guys, off the top of your head, you do not do to a child.
No, you don't talk down to them. I think you have to, you know, make a child feel, not necessarily that they're on your level, but you don't, you know, if it's a 15-year-old, you don't want to talk to him like he's 5. You know, you want to talk to him like he's 15.
Do you talk to a child by yourself?
No.
Why?
Well, that's not necessarily true. There are times where you can talk to a child by yourself, but you need to do that in an open air. Like if you decide to talk to a child individually at a camporee and you take them over to the edge of the camp where you're, out in the open, nobody's around you, and you can have a very quiet conversation with the child. There are times when that is an appropriate thing to do because the child understands you're developing an open, one-on-one communication and you're not trying to embarrass them. Whereas if you brought 2-3 adults with you,
Right.
the child would be then in a position where they would feel they've been ganged up upon and they aren't in a conversation with you. Now they're being talked at, not talked to.
Or with.
Or with.
Oh, with. One of the things that I got from a friend of mine that's a teacher in Florida. She said there are 3 vital elements. A learning environment characterized by positive, supportive parent, child, and/or teacher relationship. A strategy to teaching and strengthening desired behaviors, which is a proactive way. A strategy for decreasing or eliminating undesired or ineffective behaviors, which would be your reactive. So when we're talking to the kids, especially when they have attitudes, especially the teenagers because they're so hormonal, and we
I
have
know what you
to,
guys are laughing about.
you have to be honest. You get some of these girls. I'd rather deal with boys. No offense to the girls, but some of these girls, man, I just thank God I didn't have one because they can get really, really moody. They wake up with their boyfriends. They have they're blowing whatever, and they walk in with. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
I speak
Okay, somebody said earlier, respect. Really important. I come from a background where the adults always had this mentality, it doesn't matter. What do you mean they have to listen to us because we're older, we're the adults, or we're the deacons of the church, or we're the, teachers of the, whatever the case may be. They had that negative. And I used to hate that. I'm like, okay, I know you're an adult, and my mom told me that because you're the older person, or you're the deacon or the deaconess or the first elder of the church, I'm supposed to respect you. Okay, I know that, but it doesn't mean that you talk down to me. It doesn't mean that you treat me like I'm nothing. You have to respect. And it's the same thing with our Pathfinders and our adventures. If we have adventures instructors in here, you have to give respect to our kids. Because if you give respect to them and you show them love, you show them that you're there because you care about them. When you do reprimand them because they've done something wrong, their reaction to you is going to be, they might not like it, but they're going to respect you for it. Does that make sense to anybody?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Building bridges.
Exactly. You're building a relationship. I'm assuming all of you that are here is because you love working with young people.
Yeah.
It's been I've been a Pathfinder since I was 9 years old. I love it, I breathe it, bury me in my uniform. I love, my kids know that I love them. I reprimand them like they're mine, and I love them as if they were mine. I've reprimanded mine, really reprimanded mine. I've taught adventures. Discipline is across the board. Some people say, well, they're young, they don't know. Yeah, they do.
More than what you think.
They do understand. Teenagers, young adults, they do understand. If you give them respect, and you talk to them, talk with them, not talk at them. Does everybody understand the difference between talking to them and talking at them? Somebody explain that to me.
Using words like I don't appreciate and addressing them with respect, but telling them that, not making it about you did this and you did that, using I statements is talking with them versus talking at them is trying to basically point out what their problem is and trying to tell them they need to straighten up. That's basic.
Anyone else?
With going with that also,
if you're talking with a child, it doesn't matter the age, because of a discipline issue, try to find with that child a solution. Because the child then goes, okay, they're understanding where I'm coming from. Well, this is might be the solution. It could be that the punishment that they choose for themselves is not something that we say, yeah, we can do it. Because I've plenty of times I say, well, your mom and dad can do that, but I cannot do that. But yet the child knows, okay, I did this wrong. I have consequences to pay, and okay, I will pay the consequences, but they will do it with, I want to say, a little bit of enjoyment or a lot more of understanding. And they will not do that thing that they misbehaved or did that was not supposed to be done.
But part of that is to create for yourself a consistency
Yes.
and an aura. And the fact of the matter is those two things, I have fun with the kids,
Yes.
but they know, I leave no doubt as to when it's time to be disciplined.
Exactly.
There's a line
And,
drawn.
and it was funny because the first time I was working as a director and left, the first camp out after I had left the club, they got there at 11:45. I walk up the hill towards the club. I see 3 adults and 1 kid trying to set up tents while all the rest of the kids are sitting at a table, talking and playing cards. And it's 11:30 at night. And there's like 35 kids there, so they need to set up like a good 12 tents. So I walk up the hill. I walked into camp, and every kid got up and started doing something. And I asked them, I said, why did you all start doing something as soon as you saw me walk through the camp? Well, because we knew that you were going to expect us to do something. And I'm like, I have not been gone for 2.5 months, and you think you're going to get away with this type of stuff? It is 11:30 at night. And so, but if I had been there, they would not have been sitting at a table.
I just talking recently to my old Pathfinder club, and I was talking to the director, and he was explaining to me, because I had taken a sabbatical for a year for medical issues, and I had asked him about the Pathfinder of the year, and he was explaining to me why it wasn't, another child, and he looked at me, he says, you know why? Because we had gone on a camping trip, and I'm like Jeff, I have fun with my kids. I'm the first one to climb a tree. I'm crazy. I will do that with them. However, when it's time to be serious, it's time to be serious. And one of the things that I've always had an issue with was shorts. Do not wear clothes that you look like a hoochie mama. That is just does not happen in my club. And so the girls got out of the tents and they were wearing hoochie mama shorts. So the first thing that came out of the director's mouth, you are so lucky Miss Jenny is not here. Get back in those tents and change your clothes. And it was like, they were doing things that they knew that would not be acceptable if Miss Jenny was there. And that's coming from their new director. And it was like, what are you thinking? And it's not just teenagers. I had adventures, and they would tell you, you ask any of those adventures, they were like, nope, we can't dress like hoochie mamas because that is not what Jesus wants us to look like, and men are not going to want to marry us when we get older if we look like hoochie mamas. Miss Jenny said so. They were literally word for word. Ask Erilyn, she's running around here. Doug has his daughter. Ask her. Nope, we can't dress like hoochie mamas. That's not the way we're supposed to dress because Jesus don't like that. Kids understand. And discipline is not just, when I was younger, I always thought discipline was like, oh, get a belt and whip that behind. That's what I used to think discipline was, Korea. Or a slipper, or a cord, whatever my mom could get her hand on. A spoon, like a chana, right? That was my mom. I'm Puerto Rican, I'm from New York, whatever my mom could get, that's what my mom hit me with. It was not, and my mom had a heavy hand, she hit like a man. And it wasn't like this, it was like, wow.
What about the boomerang?
That was back in the day, now it's child abuse, but back in the day, it was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Whatever.
No, I don't understand any of this terminology.
I'm talking about the shoe that used to be able to turn the corner and hit you.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
My mom was no joke. I'm telling, she knew stuff. Like, she knew, you walk in the house, you cut school today, right? And I'm like, no, mommy, How many times did I tell you you gotta lie to me? And she had you by the hair because your hair was long and stuff. You couldn't cut it. We were Seventh-day Adventists, but sometimes she thought we were Pentecostal. I have no idea. But
Yeah, the best of both worlds.
I'm serious. I know. We couldn't wear pants. I don't know. My mom took the whole Ellen G. White thing really serious. But where was I with that? Yeah.
You thought discipline was physical.
Yeah, it was like, don't, spare the rod for the child. My mom took that seriously, for real.
I wondered why you always wear long dresses.
Yeah, that's why. And in the wintertime at BMA when the snow was high,
You still had the dress on.
I had a dress. There was no pants.
No pants.
And you couldn't wear pants on Sabbath because then you were going to go.
All right, you're
See,
fine.
you should have gone to GSA. At the same time you were at GSA, they put the same policy in, so you know what the boys did?
What?
They all got skirts.
No.
Every boy in the senior class wore skirts to school.
See? That's what we should have
That's what
done.
you guys should have done.
That's what we should have. We went to the same academy together. I had to go to the farm, shovel, you know what? I got in trouble one time.
Sunshine, sunshine.
Yeah. Okay, so discipline. That was about the physical part. But in discipline, like when I had the clubs, the Adventures and Pathfinders, you walk in there and you have to start a relationship with these kids. You have to love them. You have to make them feel safe. I had one kid. They weren't from church. They started visiting, and the little boy saw our Pathfinder meeting one time. Non-Adventist, never heard, never been or anything. It was a couple of months, 2 months before Camporee that year, and Spanish couple, and they're from Peru. The little boy was just fascinated with Pathfinders, absolutely loved it. He went home that day, told his mom all about it, because he came with a lady from our church, and the parents came to the next meeting, and she's talking to me in Spanish and telling me, my son really liked it, he enjoyed it, what do I have to do? So I said, okay, all you have to do is I'm Spanish people are, by the time you finish it, they know, you know all their story. And I said, listen, there's a Camporee coming up. I'll understand if you don't want to send your child because you really don't know us. But she was like, no. I mean, the lady didn't know me from a hole in the wall. 2 months, and she sent her child to Camporee with me. The kids have to sleep over at my house the night before because I don't trust parents to bring their kids on time. Because if I say 2 o'clock and it's 2:01, you know what? You stay behind. You take it to camp because I'm leaving without you. She let her kids stay at my house. I fed him, I went to Camporee, I let her call her, we got here safe. She was fine. Not a worry, not a care. The kid loved it. He wasn't scared to stay with us. Nothing. So I praise God that whatever it was that he found in our club, he felt safe. Did he do something wrong during Camporee? Yeah, he did. I told him to clean that tent. It was a mess. And, I reprimanded him. But it wasn't any better or any worse than any of my other Pathfinders because he saw the way I was with the other kids. But it was in a loving way. Do you know what I mean? He knew that that was unacceptable behavior. He knew what I expected from him. But I had given him, honey, when we go into the tent, this is the way you have to leave your tent every morning when you get up in the morning. I don't care how you get dressed, but by the end of when you come out, this is the way it better be. That's the expectation. If you don't do it, then these are the consequences. So what I already set up, she knows what she has to do, what she shouldn't do. Now, if she doesn't do that, then she knows that, these are the consequences. That's discipline. It's not, unless it's your own kid. Because my kid got it. I'm just saying.
Was that the year you actually pulled out of Camporee 4 hours early because the kids were?
Oh yeah, man. We took camp down so quick. I should have gotten a trophy for that. So sweet. It was like, phew, we were gone. But it was a lot of rain. You guys got snow up here, didn't you, that year? You guys got stuck in the cafeteria?
2 years
Yeah.
ago.
No, this was the year before when you decided that they weren't doing what you said, so they didn't need to stay.
Oh yeah, I was not playing. Excuse me. Oh, we went.
And the reason I bring that up is that if you make that threat,
Oh, you got to follow through.
you gotta follow through.
Oh yeah.
And so I walked over to Jenny's camp to say good morning, and I saw one of the kids carrying something, and I go, so what's going on this morning? We're going home. You're going home? We were bad. Miss Jenny says we're going home now. She's put up with us. We're on our last nerve.
Oh, and you know, I don't play.
That's something I want to mention too, that you have to carry it out. I know my own kids, my children, that, and if I tell them I'm gonna throw that in the trash if I see it in that spot again, then I remember my son had a Nerf, gun, and it was in the same spot, and I said, okay, take it, pick it up, put it in the recycle bin. Put the recycle bin on the corner, and that was it. You never saw it again. I told him to throw everything in the trash, and it hurts you. It hurts.
It does. It
It
does.
hurts you to do that, but you have to follow through with whatever you say you're gonna do.
Yeah, especially when and it's not threatening and not in a bad way.
It's not a threat. It's
It's a choice.
It's a consequence.
Exactly. And that's what you're teaching them. Because honestly, today, and I hate to say this, and I'll probably get in trouble, but we do not have parents today. We have glorified babysitters that have title of a parent. That's what we have.
Yep.
We do not have